So hey, so we back, and I want to talk about a few things that happened to me, and a few fixes because when it comes to Scooterx parts, it's really hard to find because it's a Chinese motor, and then I'm not sure if it's a Chinese company who actually manufactures the parts, but the things when they come together, you start to notice that okay, I have this deck, but I see that same deck over here on this. Okay, well I have these brakes, but I see these brakes over here on this. Oh, well this same neck system I see it over here on this. Okay, and that's when you start to realize it's like okay, well when it comes to modifications and stuff like that, when you have an accident on a scooter, who can you find parts and who can give you the cheapest parts to make that repair without breaking the damn bank, man? That's a problem. So, what I want to show you guys is what happened to me. Well, I can't show you what happened to me because I didn't have a camera. But what I want to show you is after. So, this here is the pull starter that comes with the dirt dog here, and let's see if I can get it. So usually when I keep it in the garage, I keep it covered up because I want to keep all the dust off, insects and crap like that. So let's go ahead and remove that. So, but I want you to see here is that the crank or that the pull starter here, right? This here with the skull and crossbones on it, right? So I'm riding down the street, and a car kind of cuts, I don't, a car kind of cuts me off. I pull back up on the sidewalk, and when I pull up on the sidewalk, there is a one of those street poles, that one of the power poles, not a metal one, but the wooden one. And right here, this area right here, we clipped that. All right, we clipped that, and that's where we get this, right? And as I'm on the way home, I'm like, okay, man, let me shut it off, let me take a look at it and investigate. But with all the damage, this wasn't even, it wasn't even, you see that other hole right there? You see that crack there? So this thing, and then I believe if we can get a bop right there. So 1, 2, 3. The only one that was holding on, that wasn't even really holding on. See that? 4. So when I hit that pole, it cracked all of these. If I would have shut down and hit this kill switch, I would have had to walk this bad boy home the rest of the way. Man, it's not really heavy. It's probably, I want to say 50 pounds, 25, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds. It's not really heavy. I mean, just walking it home. But when you gotta carry it up the stairs, when I had that apartment, man, it was like, man, this is just whoa. All right, so this here is the pull starter from my Scooterx X Racer. And this here is the Scooterx Dirt Dog pull starter. So, what initially in my mind I thought was going to happen was I was going to be able to take this one and replace this one, which was not the case. And I went to the website where I bought this from. And I'm not sponsored by them, so I'm not even going to say their name. But I went to their website where I bought this from, and it was like, okay, I want you guys to look at this. You see how there's 4? 1, 2, 3, 4? Then you see how there's not even that? Alright. When I went to their site, they didn't even have this set up. And maybe, I can add this in later on. Hopefully I can. But I'm going to show you what they offer for their setup. And it is not this. The only place I was able to find this, 1, 2, 3, 4, was on Amazon. And I have it saved in my link. Because the other ones on the site where I bought it from only had 1, 2. Or some variation of this 2 setup. And nothing that would work with what I originally have over here. So, what do you do when you go to the company you actually bought the scooter from to get support? And you can't get support. Bro, I have no idea. So, this here was, I believe, the housing for my muffler system from the Scooterx Racer. And I like the black, so that's why I kept this. But the thing is that this new setup is all one piece. There's no separation. There's no way I can. If you look here, I had to mod this because this actually started melting. On this muffler here, there was a extra piece that blew the wind backs, or direct whatever direction you wanted it to flow in, and that from the vibration broke off. Maybe it melted, it broke off, but it came off. And after further study, I started noticing that the plastic, this is all plastic. This chrome supposedly housing here, it's all plastic. And the heat from this muffler was melting all of it. So I took my Dremel and I just started carving away all the melted pieces. I just allowed this to breathe a little bit freely. But I didn't realize it was one piece, and that's when I started realizing that things weren't meant to be interchangeable, and they should. But like I said, I carved away all the melted pieces here. I was able to keep the discoloration from going any further. There is a little, it's starting to look a little gold here, and I believe that's because of some of the muffler dust, but nothing I could do about that. But I replaced the pull starter. Last week I had to try to adjust this bolt here, the axle bolt, so that I can get this peg on, right? It's not as tight as I want it to be, so I'm gonna probably drill a couple of holes here and in here, so that I can put my screwdriver in and crank it a little bit tighter, just to get a little bit tighter, so that the vibration doesn't get the wheel to fall off. This light here, this brake light, I don't really ride at night, so I'm probably going to take this off. It looks aesthetically pleasing, so I don't know. But I think it's unnecessary. Whoa, sorry about that, I dropped it. The other thing that was really disturbing to me is, man, when I bought this scooter, they always advertised that it was able to there was a seat. You can add a seat to it, and there is no place, man. There used to be a hole like here in this area, or over here. I can't really remember. There was a hole here or over here in these areas where you would be able to attach a clamp, put a seat in, and then you essentially sit, while you ride. But this version here, like I said, this is May 2023. I bought it about 5 to 6 months after its creation date. So, like, I want to say maybe November, December. Maybe a little bit. No. I bought it. I bought it in 2023. And I want to say I bought it in November. So shit. Okay. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, 4 months after it was created. So that's my mistake. Anyways, there's no area here for you to put a seat post in, and they advertise buying a seat post and adding it to this, for a comfortable ride. And there's nowhere. All right. Other thing I want to discuss, man, is like, look, if this is your first time riding this bad boy, you really want to get you some damn Loctite. All right. Loctite comes in a couple of different types, but for my purpose, I don't want it slipping out. Period. So after your first ride, take a look. Check your bolts back here. You know, just take a look at some of these things back here and just see if anything is sliding out. If anything is, you know, everything should not be coming loose. You shouldn't feel rattles. You shouldn't feel vibrations. You shouldn't. There's none of that. And that's what I had with the Scooterx X Racer. But once I bought this guy, the Dirt Dog, it seemed like they took all that into consideration. I had no problems with any screws backing out, any of that type of stuff. Everything was kind of straight, you know, and everything was kind of cool. And so I never felt like I was in danger on the scooter, especially after the first ride and I checked everything over. It seemed like it was just a solid piece of work. Let me see if I could tighten this up here. This shouldn't be like that. So let's release that. That should lock into the, okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Lock out, lock out, lock out. There we go. Huh. Give me a sec. Dropped it. Sorry. Whoop, dropped it.